Bella had always dreamed of having a furry friend by her side, but her rare progressive disease, Morquio syndrome, had made it difficult for her to move around and participate in many physical activities. She relied on crutches or a wheelchair to get around, and the thought of owning a pet seemed like a distant dream. One day, Bella and her mother decided to volunteer at Service Dog Project Incorporated. They spent countless hours helping out around the facility, taking care of the dogs, and assisting with the training of the service dogs. Bella's eyes would light up every time she saw one of the furry companions, and she longed to have a service dog of her own. One day, while helping out with the training of a Great Dane, Bella's life changed forever. The moment she met George, she knew that he was the one for her. George was a gentle giant, standing at shoulder level with Bella, and he had a calm and patient demeanor that immediately put her at ease. They quickly formed a bond, and it was evident that they had a special connection. As George was being trained to become a service dog, he would spend time with Bella, helping her with her balance and mobility. Bella was thrilled to have a companion who could help her move around more easily, and she couldn't wait until the day when George would officially become her service dog. The day finally came when George graduated from his training program and was ready to become Bella's official service dog. Bella was overjoyed and grateful to have George by her side. From that day on, George became an essential part of Bella's life. He would assist her with everyday tasks, such as getting dressed and getting in and out of bed. He would also accompany her to school, where he would wait patiently outside her classroom until it was time for her to go home. Despite his size, George was a gentle and loving companion. He would often curl up next to Bella and nuzzle her affectionately. Bella loved nothing more than spending time with her best friend and confidant, and George seemed to share the same sentiments. One day, Barkpost learned of George's contribution to improving Bella's quality of life and decided to honor the dedicated service dog with the Best Dog Day award. Barkpost arranged for Bella and George to have the best day ever, full of all the things that George loved the most. The day began with a massive tray full of hamburgers, George's favorite food. George was over the moon with excitement and eagerly chomped on the juicy burgers. After that, they moved on to Epic Snow Day, where they had fun playing in the snow. George loved nothing more than racing through the soft powdery snow, acting like a crazy puppy, while Bella enjoyed her best friend's sleigh fun. After their snowy adventure, they headed to a dog treat shop, where George got to try a whole bunch of delicious treats. To top it off, they gave him a giant bone, which he immediately began chewing on with enthusiasm. Bella loved seeing her best friend so happy and carefree. But the celebration didn't end there. Barkpost had arranged for Bella and George to stay in a luxurious hotel room full of dog toys of all shapes and sizes. George couldn't contain his excitement and immediately started playing with all the toys, unleashing his inner puppy once again. They even had a dog bed that was big enough for George, and he seemed to love lounging on it in his own sweater. Bella was thrilled to be a part of her best friend's wonderful experience, and she couldn't believe how lucky she was to have George by her side. The day had been full of joy and happiness, and Bella knew that it was all thanks to her best friend, George. As they cuddled up in the hotel room for the night, Bella reflected on how much George had changed her life. Before meeting George, she had often felt isolated and alone due to her condition. But now, with George by her side, she felt more confident and capable of facing any challenge. The next morning, Bella and George headed back to Service Dog Project Incorporated with their hearts full of gratitude and love. As they arrived, they were met with a warm welcome from the staff and volunteers who had grown to love them both. Bella couldn't help but feel a sense of pride as she walked through the facility with George by her side, knowing that she had a special companion who had been trained to help her in so many ways. Despite the challenges that Bella faced due to her condition, she knew that she had been blessed with a loyal and loving friend in George. He had changed her life in ways she could never have imagined, and she was grateful for every moment that they shared together. We hope that Bella and George's story has inspired you, and that you will continue to share their message of hope, resilience, and unconditional love. If you enjoyed their story, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more heartwarming tales of human-animal connections. And remember, no matter what challenges you may face in life, there is always hope, and there is always someone out there who loves you, just like George loved Bella. Thank you for watching.